Hello. Today we are looking at stage 24 again, and this time we're looking at the second about the language. The wonderful thing about this is that you're not really learning too much new. In about the language one, we learned about cum clauses. So we learned that in addition to cum, the preposition that means with, right? So I went with my friend, cum amico. We learned that cum can mean when, and it starts out what's called a cum clause. We even also learned that the verb in the cum clause is in something called the subjunctive, right? So in our first example here in line one or example one, we have the old man when, not with, remember, but when. This is an adverbial conjunction, not the preposition with, okay? So when he had found the money, right? So this is the pluperfect subjunctive. We take that third principal part in winio, in winere, in wane, and then we add isem, isses, and here isset. So that's the pluperfect subjunctive. So this is why we're saying had, when the old man had found the money. Okay, so look at another one. When they, nt, had, isse, finished, completed the rem, the thing, the matter, the situation. Here they translate it as the job. Rem can pretty much mean whatever you want it to mean. Abieren, they left. They went away. Okay, so that was what we learned from the last stage. And in fact, what we just read in the first story here, the first part of Salvi's Consilium Cognoscit, is if we look in the black, all right, that man, when he had found out about the escape of Dumnorix, when he had found out about Dumnorix's escape, or when uh, also he had been able to find him, but here, of course, also, and then nusquam means nowhere. So when he also had been able to find him nowhere, or probably what sounds better is when he had not been able to find him anywhere, right? But either way, we have had, okay? And then even down here, we have one more example when he had heard hike these things. So this is our pluperfect subjunctive. Now, right now in About the Language 2, we're learning about the imperfect subjunctive. Okay, so we actually have seen several examples of this already. And so, like in the very first sentence of the story, and there were even examples in the previous story too. So when Quintus and Dumnorix, now look, there's no isse here, right? When Quintus and Dumnorix were hurrying. Remember, we said imperfect subjunctive. So this is just like your regular imperfect. So was or were blanking. So when Quintus and Dumnorix were hurrying to the farthest reaches of the island, right, to the outermost parts of the island. Or again, look down here. When Salvius was thinking over, was cogitareting the situation secum with himself. Okay. Now in English you might say I'm thinking to myself, and that's a totally fine translation. But in Latin, when you think, you think with yourself, secum. Okay. So when Salvius was thinking over the situation with himself. So notice we have contenderent from the verb contendo, contendere, and we have cogitaret from cogito, cogitare. And I think already you can probably begin to see how we might form that imperfect subjunctive. Let's go ahead and look at that about the language. So here's dormirent, when the guards were sleeping. Okay, in fact, let me shorten this even a little bit. So dormire plus nt. Or medessus, when he was being a soldier, when he was serving in the army in Britain. Okay, so here's the deal. To form the imperfect subjunctive, this is one of the easiest ones you're gonna see, because all we do is we take the infinitive here, so porto, portare, and we just add the ending. So t, nt, dokeo, dokera. Add the t, add the nt, dokeret, dokerent. So it's really nice. We're not subtracting something. We're not changing anything. We take the infinitive form, trahera, and add a t or an nt, and that is it. Really, really nice. Even the irregular verbs, right? Sum, esse, fui, the verb to be. We take esse and we just put the ending on there, T or NT. Wolo, wele, wolui. Take the T, take the NT, slap it onto the infinitive. That's it. Okay, so the imperfect subjunctive, infinitive, plus whatever the personal ending is. And we just translate it like we always translate that imperfect, was or were blanking. That's it, everybody. Good luck.